Hello, I'm Debanjan Chakravarti, Head of English Interface Program of the British Council in India, and I'm in conversation with Geeta Durairajan and Professor Paul Gunashekar, professors at English and Foreign Languages University. Would you like to introduce yourselves a little bit, Paul and Geeta?
Well, I'm Geetha Durairajan, as you heard, normally known as Geeta. I head the Department of Testing and Evaluation at English and Foreign Languages University.
About yourself?
I belong to the Department of Materials Development, which is one of the 5 departments in the School of English Language Education. And at the moment, I'm the Dean of the school.
And you're also the proctor.
And I'm also the proctor.
And also the proctor.
Right. A quick word about this conference in particular. What do you think is the value of a conference like this in improving teacher education in India?
I think principally it gives hundreds of teachers and teacher educators a chance to gather at one place and begin to network. Because one of the problems I think teachers of English and teacher educators have is not finding opportunities to meet one another.
Absolutely right. I'd agree with that, that seminars and conferences, as somebody rightly put it, whether you get something from the sessions or not, you get a lot more from what happens outside, on the sidelines as it were. And teachers are getting to meet teachers. They realize that they're not alone, that other teachers like them have similar problems, and they can find solutions which have worked from those who've gone a little bit ahead than them.
So beyond the core academic input that they receive from the sessions, there's also a continuing professional development stimulation happening on the sidelines.
Oh yes, I would say that even about any ELT conference, not just teacher educator conference, that if it's a conference for teachers, teachers get to meet and talk and share.
The theme of this conference is assessment and evaluation. How does that chime with you from your professional perspectives?
Maybe I can say it for her before she expands and elaborates the idea. Geeta, as she just now told you, is the head of the Department of Testing and Evaluation. She's one of the very few specialists in the country, and we really haven't had a large-scale conference or seminar exclusively based on this very important component of language education. So I think it made sense to focus this year on assessment issues, on evaluation issues, and narrow it down when we could to the concept of CCE.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's like out of the 3 aspects, it's assessment and evaluation of teacher ed, teaching and learning. So I wish we could also have a conference on only assessment of teaching and learning, not necessarily also of teacher ed. Right. Because here what's happened is the 2 are in a sense in competition with each other. Right. So CCE, I mean, continuous evaluation has become such an important, formative evaluation, such an important issue, and lots and lots and lots of teachers, I think thousands of them, don't know what to do. I'm hoping that this seminar will help them in a small way.
Is there at the moment a subtle tension between the processes involved in evaluation and a certain conflict with, an organic sense of development, something that Professor Amritavalli almost touched upon in her opening speech?
Not clear what you mean. Could you take that one step further?
I think what I meant really was, there are so many tools that people talk about during assessment and evaluation. Does that sometimes take the focus away from the idea of organic growth?
Oh yes.
Education, and education not necessarily as a job market skill, but it's a skill for life, it's for other things as well.
No, even if you took away the job market and the life skills part of it, if you stayed with life skills and language development, in a sense, it is impossible to quantify and put down as grade A, grade B, or 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, the kind of growth that a child gets through learning language. It's like asking, can you quantify teacher development? See, why are we talking about continuous professional development? Continuous implies not measurable, not points of discrimination. So we'll have to say, it's in a sense the teacher's skin. The teacher says, my student can communicate. You may not be able to quantify it. There will always be a tension between assessment tools or evaluation testing tools and the organic development of a child. Always.
Because there are some aspects of education, language education, which are measurable. And that's the term that Geetha was using, measurable outcomes. But there are also intangible outcomes which are very difficult to monitor. But they're happening nevertheless. So growth, for instance, the organic growth aspect that you referred to is clearly happening, but perhaps not visible all the time.
Well, you've been involved with the programming of the conference in a very hands-on way. What's your perspective on the way British Council and English and Foreign Languages University have come together to host this conference, second year running?
I think it was a bit of a nightmare because of the numbers involved. On the one hand, we are really proud that we were able to attract so many presentations and well over 1,000 delegates. But logistically speaking, it has been difficult deciding on thematic organization of presentations, for instance, and giving everybody a fair chance in terms of time and opportunity to make their presentation. So yes, it is a double-edged sword, but I think we've managed to do that reasonably well.
As somebody who was directly involved in the assessment of abstracts to evaluate and select.
Yes, I was about to come to that.
Right, I'm just jumping to it. That
yes, please.
What we consciously took a decision that yes, they will be blind reviewed, but feedback, if necessary, will go to people who would like to present papers, and they can be asked to revise and submit. If they want, if they require it, they will also be given help with editing and presentation. Now, this is not done usually in seminars and conferences. Yes. It's an in or out. Right. But we said, if we are saying it's a teacher-educator conference,
absolutely,
then if as teacher educators, we are not willing to educate, help and enable growth in teachers, first-time presenters, then we shouldn't be calling ourselves a teacher-educator conference. It went against the grain for me.
That's a unique...
That's a unique feature, I think, of the conference. Last year, we only vetted and gave feedback and asked for some revisions. Yeah. This year, we've even gone ahead and provided assistance. Right. And I would like to see that increasing, the help increasing next time, if there is a next time.
Right. I'm sure there will be a next time.
But I think that's a very, very unique perspective. Right. I've had, I put in a presentation for an ALTI conference. They wrote back saying, would you prefer to rewrite can we edit your abstract in this manner? And there were about 2 small changes in 2 sentences. But that's it. Yeah. Not, this is a problem, take a look at this, try and do this and get back to us. Yeah. And we'll approve it after that.
Right. Now that is an absolutely fascinating process that you described, and I'm sure the participants themselves, the speakers themselves have appreciated that, and many of them have actually come back and said that.
Right.
That's true,
they really
but it did not make our lives easy in those 25, 30 days.
Yes, lots of hard work.
Madness, but it was worth it.
Yeah.
That's all I'd say.
Thank you so much, Paul and Geeta, for speaking to us. It's been a very busy conference for you. Yeah. So thank you for taking the time and speaking.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.